Hi and welcome to my channel. In this video I will show you my fourth method of drawing hair in GIMP. The fourth method. So far I have shown you method 1, 2, 3, and now this is the fourth one, the fourth that I know of. I'm sure there are other methods of drawing hair in GIMP out there, but this is the one that I'm familiar and the ones that I wish to share with everyone, and also record for my own purpose, no, for my own memory retention. Sometimes I forget things. Anyway, yeah, in this method, okay, first and foremost, I divided the hair into left and right, and divide the hair into clumps of hair. I already put everything in different clumps or group of hair into different layer groups, so we can get started. Okay, before anything, I would like to show you how to uh, create paint dynamics. All right. If you have seen my other videos, you should know how to do this, but no problem. I can show you now. Okay, so notice that I have brush here. I have the brush window here, and I have the usual layer, channel, and path. So I put brush and a few more other things. Okay. Anyway, now let's put the paint dynamics there. So you go to Windows, Toggleable Dialogs. Now you scroll down. There it is. Paint Dynamics. Just click on it and it appears here. But in case it appears something like this, then you click here and you just drag it here. Alright. Now, notice that I already have something called one node dynamics. Never mind, I just delete that first. Delete that first. Yes. Okay. So, let's say you want to create a new paint dynamics. You just simply click here. Click here and give it a name. Okay, so I create the name one underscore node dynamics. So for this one, I want to leave all these blanks, just blank, right? So okay, let's see what happens now. That is my node dynamics, uh, paint dynamics. So if I want to do something, you see the window here opens, all right? So you can actually, yeah, it's open automatically once you edit. You can also click here and then click the paint dynamics and then you just click edit, but same thing, the window will just open. For now I just want to leave blank. So before anything, can you please create this one underscore node dynamics, or instead of using that, anytime I mention on a video one underscore dynamics, you can use this one, dynamics off. Still okay, still the same. So my point is I just want to teach you how to do paint dynamics. Okay. Okay, so let's start with one group of hair in one layer group. First, we create a layer inside there and we call it highlights. And now we choose as foreground color white. So what we do is we color the part of the hair where the light touches the hair. In other words, the light source is at the top. Now this is the highlights for the hair. So once we've done, notice how we put the white color on it. All right, we put it sparingly. Okay, and then after that we use the sludge tool. All right. Oh, sorry, smudge tool. Sorry, my apologies. So we just click and drag across the white color there. We try to make it the white color to represent the flow of the hair, and as we do that, this will be our highlights. Try to make it so that you can see clearly the direction of the hair. So we just click and drag and click and drag and click and drag. Smudge tool. Alright, and we do for the tip of the hair also, but yeah, we just do. Notice that part of the white color went into the outside the boundaries of the group, the hair group that we're doing, but it's okay because later on another hair group will cover up areas that you know, that area, it will be covered up by the next hair group, so it's okay. That's the purpose of drawing hair in this manner. You would put different layer groups and then you work on each one by one. Okay, and after we done that, we put the layer to overlay. But first we go to the we create another layer for the black color, and this is for the shading. Okay, so we decide that the light source is on the top, so over there is where we're gonna put some black color, and then as a kind of like dark area of the hair, right? Then again we use the smudge tool. Now for the black color, if you want to before you change the layer mode to overlay, if you want to sort of like use Gaussian blur, also can filter, blur, Gaussian blur. But for me, I don't feel like, so yeah. Okay, that's about done. Okay, okay, so we change the mode to overlay and the opacity to maybe 90% around there, right? So okay, here we go, overlay. Yeah, all right, as you can see. So that's how we do it. Later on, we're also going to put hair strands onto that group of hair, but that one will come later. Okay, let's concentrate on the next group of hair. Like I said, the group of hair is on a different layer. So we order it in such a way it's on the top. As usual, we create different layers. All right, so different layer for the highlights. Okay, so now we put in the place where we expect the light to hit the hair. Okay. Of course, in actual fact, I mean, uh, don't be surprised with the way I do it, because it's a little. I mean, I'm imagining when I draw this, I imagine the lights hitting the hair, and yeah, it will have the desired shape. So when you draw hair, you have to uh, see how the hair strand direction is. So you decide whether how to uh, set the highlights. In other words, you have to uh, imagine where the light comes from and make sure that the highlights is, I mean, to your liking. Okay, so yeah, now we use the smudge tool to make it to like that. Yeah, I imagine that. Yeah, I imagine that that's the direction of the hair. So some of the hair got highlighted. Yeah. Okay. All right. Same thing as just now. Um, uh, we put the white, and then we use the smudge tool, and then we put the overlay. Overlay is the layer mode. We put the overlay, and then we put opacity 90%. So that is for the highlighting part, and also for the black area parts. All right. So yeah. Alright, you're not supposed to use Gaussian blur, but if you think you want to use, go ahead. Like I said, you don't have to follow mine exactly, but if you just first time, maybe you just follow what I do. But as time goes by, like I said, you must I mean not must lah, but it's a good idea to come up with your own shapes or your own method of drawing hair. All right, that would be awesome, because you know art is subjective. So if you can just you can come up with your own design, that would be good. Okay, right now I'm putting in the black area of the hair. Notice I create a new layer, and then I put the foreground color as black, and then I just paint it over where the black area should be due to the light source. And then of course I will use the smudge tool. Okay, that's smudge tool. Okay, I just smudge it, and smudge it. Notice that I use a certain size brush size for the smudge, and then I go through again with a smaller size just to get that effect that I want. Okay, so we're finally done with the smudging. So both the white and black, those both the highlights and black shadow layers, we put it as mode overlay, and opacity we reduce it to 90%. Play with the opacity, see which one is better, depending on what kind of scenario you want. You might be darker on rainy days, so brighter on sunny days. So depends on the environment of your subject. Yeah, you have to yeah, select as appropriate. Now as you can see, without the line art, this is what you have so far. So okay, that's okay, I guess. Do we need to do something else? What do we need to do? Shadows, right? No, sorry. For now we put in the hair strands. For hair strands, for this method we use only white and black. So white we put in one layer, hair strand black we put another layer, and we use for dynamic fade tapering, and we adjust the fade length, and the property below it we just put none. See that? Oops, too thick, too thick, too thick. Just play with it first. We have to adjust, guesstimate. Okay, here we go. That looks okay. Not okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. One, two, three. All right. That's it. Yeah. So now we're putting in the white hair strands. Basically, we put white and black. The idea is this: after we put in the white and black hair strands in each layer, in the respective layer, so what we do is we do Gaussian blur. After we do Gaussian blur, and then we set the layers to overlay again, mode overlay, and the opacity to 90% plus plus. Yeah. Okay, so now I guess that's done. We create another layer for the black hair. Okay. Okay, so we're still doing it. Okay. Then sometimes I just speed up the recording, because I think because there's a lot of repetition going on. So yeah, for now I do this clump of hair with a hair strand, but later on for the other groups I may speed up. The reason being simple, because yeah, the process is the same. It's just that yeah, the process is the same, so no need to be so detailed. So might as well just speed them up. Okay, so now I put the Gaussian blur on the hair strands one by one. There's two layers, so yeah, I did the Gaussian blur bit. Yeah, now this is the white one, just now was the black. Yeah, but not too much, alright, just put a bit only. Gaussian blur, just put a bit for the hair strand. And again, of course, overlay mode. Yeah, I reduce the opacity a lot. I do the same for the black hair strands, overlay still. Alright, okay. Okay, now we're going to create another layer for the shadows. Like I mentioned before, in this group of hair, below it there's other groups of hair. So we're just going to put some black color down there to to show as shadow. And of course, we fix the dynamics to no dynamics. In other words, do not use any dynamics on it. Okay, so we just see, we just color that, and then we use filter, blur, Gaussian blur, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay, and this time because it's shadow, so we have to put it a little bit more lah. Yeah, again overlay and opacity to 90%. Oops, I just moved that a bit. Yeah, that should be okay. So yeah, right. So pretty much that's what the process is like. Different groups of hair, but the process is still the same. Of course, some hair groups do not need to have shadows, but for this one, yes, we do. But not all of them need shadows. So let's see. So what happens is the highlight I tend to put on the top, and the black color I tend to put on below. But it shouldn't matter too much. Alright, so yeah. Okay, so we completed two groups of hair. Okay, let's put more hair strands on that area of the hair. I mean that group, the hair group, right behind the one that we did already. So yeah, the same thing, no difference. We create two layers, one for the white hair strands, then one for the black hair strand, and we just do the overlay. We do the filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then we do the overlay. Basically, that's it. Same process, basically. Oops, I forgot to do something. What did I forgot? Can you all see? Why is it I forgot? Yes, I forgot to put in shadow. There should be a shadow behind the subject's face, just behind and on the hair. Okay, so let's create that shadow. Same thing, I use black color. I create a new layer. I use black color and I just brush color there without any dynamics, of course. And then after that, I use filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Usually shadows I don't use overlay, but if let's say it's as you can see, there are instances where you should use overlay. So In this time I do use a overlay. Okay, so I do the Gaussian blur now, and I increase the X and size and Y size a bit more. Alright, you see the shadow now, the shadow touches on the shirt and the face, right? So yeah, so you just change it to overlay. You see that? You see what happened? Yeah. And you use the opacity to adjust whether it's dark shadow or light shadow or whatever. Alright? Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah. Okay, so look at the cursor. I need to put more light on that area. Uh, yeah, so what happens is now I need to put more light on the area. So let me show you how I do that. Okay, we create a layer in the correct layer group. Yeah, so we create that one. Alright, just call it highlight or something. Any name we do. So we choose white. Alright, white as the foreground, and use brush with no dynamics. So we just reduce the, yeah, we get the correct brush size, and then we just paint white. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Okay, so after this we do filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Then we increase the X and Y sizes. Alright, quite a lot. So then we click OK. Then again overlay mode for the layer, and also we reduce opacity. This is to increase the brightness of the of the uh, of the hair group. Okay, now I would like to talk to you about this method of drawing hair. I usually have loose hair for this method. The other three methods you can also use this loose hair thing, but for myself I tend to use loose hair for this method. Basically what I'm talking about loose hair, I mean a normal hair is not so neatly sculptured. If you look at photograph, you see that a person's hair would always have strains of hair all over. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to try to put more realistic hair. So in other words, we're going to put some loose hair. Loose hair meaning the hair is, not, in other words, it's not combed properly. In other words, yeah. So it's normal to have this unless you use Pantene shampoo. Yeah. Anyway, just kidding. Anyway, okay. Let me just look for the correct layer group to use. Where is it? Come on, come on, come on. Where you are? There it is. Okay, we're gonna put some loose strands. Okay, the simplest one is just create a layer, and then you click, and then you use a brush and just brush along. Yeah, just brush like that. All right. But this kind of hair is not so nice because it does not really look realistic. So I tend to use the smudge tool, and then I just smudge the tip of the hair. Yeah, something like that. I use it sparingly, not the whole length of the hair, just the tip. Okay, not like that, not like this. This is very bad, so we don't want to have like this. Okay, but just the tip. But there is another way of doing this. Another way is I choose the brush, and then I put dynamics to fade tapering. Then fade length I choose as shown, and then below it I put as null. So only tapering on one side. So let's see what happens. See, nothing come out because I choose the smudge tool. Yeah, now it's better. Yeah, so that's what I want. Alright, so let's draw. Yeah, so this is part where I draw loose hair. Right. Right, so yeah, I kind of like doing it this way because yeah, it looks good. By the way, I made a video about how to create your own brush, and I create a brush that a custom brush that is meant for hair actually. So later I'll show you. I'll use it. Basically, it's like a few strands in one stroke, but because you use fade tapering, so it looks more like, yeah, looks neater. So I'll show you later. I'll use it later, but for now I just yeah, okay, there it is. That's my my custom brush. So look at that, what nice brush is that. Why is it like that? First you need to reduce the size. As you can see, it's like that. So you change the spacing to make it smoother. Usually spacing should be 1 or 2. The value should not be more than 2. Yeah, so you have something like that without any dynamics. So you choose fade tapering. Fade tapering. And then you see what happens. See, something like that. So if I would recommend that you watch my video on creating custom brush. That's my first video that I created for this channel. So yeah, please, if you haven't seen that video, please look at it again, because it will help in creating hair. Yeah, so sometimes I just put double, and sometimes I combine it with smudge tool. But like I said, if I do use smudge tool, I use it sparingly and only at the tip. It is also permissible to use different color brush if you want to. In other words, the tip may be a different color if you want to. Okay, so here's the thing. For this method of drawing hair, I want the hair to be as natural as possible. This is not natural now because you can see sharp edges at the shirt there. So natural hair would have strands of hair over like that part. Yes. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, long story short, basically what I'm gonna do is I just take the smudge tool and I try to smudge it a little, just give the feeling of hair strands going instead of three sharp claws, if you will. See, that's very artificial. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to adjust to make it like it's not just one piece. It's like different hair strands coming together. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. See, just trying to make it look more natural, yeah, natural. Okay. See, that's what I do. Yeah, that way it looks. Yeah, it's like what it should be. Manga drawings and other types of cartoons, you don't really need to do something like this for the hair. All right. But if you want to draw a hair that is more like formalism or something that is more real life, then your hair shouldn't be in a straight line like that. It should be sharp edges like that. It should be, yeah. Okay, so that's about it for fourth method of creating hair. Please look at all the four methods and see if you can come up with your own style. That would be good because that will be your signature style. So it will be like something to be proud of. You know what I mean? So anyway, thank you for listening to my videos and please like and subscribe. I can really use the help. And yeah, I hope you enjoy my video and thank you for watching.